Hello my frugal friends. Today we're going to pop into Woolies in Carnarvon to do a fairly massive shop. So we are heading up the Coral Coast, Nigaloo Coast, and it's going to be a while until we see another Woolies at least. I've calculated it's going to be at least 4 weeks. So we need to go in and pick up all of our Woolworths specific foods that we want. But I am also going to pick up enough food to try and get us through the 4 weeks, because although there are IGAs in at Coral Bay and Exmouth, they are smaller supermarkets, they're a little bit more expensive. No doubt we will pop in to pick up some fresh stuff from the IGAs, but the bulk of our stuff I'm going to try and get today at Woolies here in Carnarvon. It's going to be a big shop, and we're going to take you guys along and you can see what we're going to pick up today to try and get us through the next 4 weeks. Oh, all right guys, here we go. This is everything that we picked up, plus I'm going to do a quick little spin around over here as well. Oh, there's even more stuff. Yep, stuff for days. So we're going to move quick because it is really hot. We do have quite a bit of frozen stuff, but today's total, big long list, came in at $331.72, which for us is massive. This is just a massive shop, but this is going to be everything that we have, plus a little bit of stuff that we've got on hand for the next 4 weeks, which is crazy. All right, so let's go through what we've got. I will put all the prices up on the screen. So we have got 12 bags of oats. Unfortunately, there was quite a bit of stuff that was out of stock due to the roads being closed. Trains couldn't get through, stock hasn't been able to get through. So we have had to change plans a little bit here with some of this stuff. But normally I would get the big bags. They didn't have any, so I've had to get the smaller bags. We would go through 3 of these bags a week. So 12 is not that excessive when you consider that it is 4 weeks worth of breakfasts, and I do use this for cooking for us. But yes, it is a ridiculously big pile of oats. I do have 2 of the 2 kilo self-raising flour and 2 of the 2 kilo plain flour. I will use these for baking and making my own bread, which is predominantly what I do with the plain flour. So you won't see a lot of bread and stuff because it's just too hard to keep. So we just make it as we go. I have 4 packets of the pasta. The pasta was pretty bare, so we just got what we could get, and we're not going to get upset because sometimes that's how it goes. So 1 a week, 4 weeks, there we go, pasta. I will move down into the fresh stuff real quick. I managed to pick up a bunch of kale marked down, which I was pretty happy about that. So $2.88, and it doesn't look too bad. So, and kale does last for a while in the fridge. I've got the Odd Bunch carrots. This was 1.5 kilos. It was cheaper than the 1 kilo bag, and I don't know, these guys look all right to me. I'm pretty happy with that. Not a bad price. Apples was a bit of a struggle, so we have ended up with Granny Smith. This is about 1.7 kilos. They weren't a bad price, but they actually look quite nice. A lot of the fruit, unfortunately, that we were looking at today was a bit rotten and not great. But again, they've been having troubles getting supplies through, so fresh stuff was a bit of a struggle. But we do have IGAs at Coral Bay and Exmouth, so our focus was more on the pantry stuff, and we'll see how we go. All right. The Lebanese cucumbers were by the kilo, so I've just grabbed 4 of those. It was a little bit expensive, but again, it is what you can get. We've got the Odd Bunch zucchini, which is 750 grams, but this bag's got 3. $2.20 for the bag of 3, or they were $1 each individually. So coming out in front there. Potatoes were a bit of a struggle again. So I've got a 2 kilo bag of the red potatoes. They were on special this week for $4.50, so not too bad. But I wasn't able to get my big bag of the Odd Bunch potatoes, unfortunately. Tomatoes, little bit expensive, and they weren't the prettiest looking tomatoes. I did pick the best that I could from a bad bunch. I've got 5. They were $6.90 a kilo, but again, it is what it is. 3 avocados, 2 that are pretty much ready to use now. One's probably going to take a week, so we'll see how we go with that. $1.80 each, not too bad. An iceberg lettuce for $3.50, and I did get some pumpkin. Now, I don't think Shannon knows that this went in the shopping trolley because he does not like pumpkin. $2.50 a kilo, but I'm going to cook this up and I'm going to use it in muffins and stuff like that. So it's a great way of getting sneaky veg into people who don't particularly like. He just doesn't like the texture of it, but I can cook with it. And that seems to be okay. So we'll do some veggie muffins and probably use some of the pumpkin and the zucchini that way. So veg all the way. All right, snacky stuff. I've got 3 packets of the saladas. They were on special, and I've got 2 packets of the corn thins. That'll be our light lunches or light dinners or snacks if we are like still quite hungry. We don't do a lot of like snacky stuff like chips and stuff like that. We aim more for a light meal if we are that hungry. Topping up more pantry stuff, I've just got another thing of brown sugar and some more chia seeds. I just keep those in the pantry and we use those for all sorts of different things. All right, let's jump into this cold stuff, and then I'm going to pause and put this in the freezer, and then we're going to come back. All right, I have 4 blocks of tofu. These are the macro brown ones, 450 grams, $3 each. That's a pretty good deal, and we normally get 2 meals out of 1 block. I'll use 1 of those a week. So there we go. We've got 4 weeks of those covered. I've also grabbed a tub of hummus. It's just another easy way to get some extra protein. And it's chickpeas, so it's all good. Yes, I could probably make my own. No, I just can't do it in the caravan. Anyways, it would be cheaper to make your own, but some things just aren't feasible, unfortunately. All right. Banana bites. We've never had these before. Saw them. They were on clearance for $3. We grabbed them just for an after dinner treat, a bit of dessert. I don't know. It's not a very big bag. Probably won't go very far. 250 grams. Yeah, it's not going to go very far at all. But there we go. Quick little treat to have after dinner, which sounds delightful. Frozen berries. I've grabbed some cherries. So Charlotte and I both like to have frozen berries in our breakfast. So I've got this big bag of mixed berries. I still have the bag of blueberries. It's only just been opened, so that'll last me for a little bit longer. And this will top us up for our breakfasts, and we'll chuck these in our oats. All right, and frozen veg, which is pretty much what we've come in here for. So I have 2 bags of the bird's eye stir fry. That makes it a nice easy dump and go dinner, and also gives us just a little bit of variety. So they're 2 different ones, slightly different ingredients: broccoli, yellow beans, carrots, sugar snap peas, water chestnuts and red capsicum in the oriental one, and the Chinese has got green beans, broccoli, carrots, onion, capsicum and baby corn. So just changing things up a little bit. I've also grabbed a bag of winter mixed veggies, so broccoli, carrot, cauliflower and green beans. I've got 3 bags of spinach. I throw that through pretty much everything, anywhere I can sneak it in. Spinach is great because, again, it's just so versatile, and you can throw it through a lot of stuff. A 1 kilo bag of corn, 1 kilo bag of our frozen mixed veg, which is carrot, zucchini, potato, green beans and corn, and 2 bags of green beans. That'll go with the stuff that we've already got in the freezer, like broccoli, cauliflower. I think that's it. Could not get cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. I couldn't even get the cauliflower and broccoli mix. I don't know, there was a couple of things on my list as well that I could not get from the frozen section. They just didn't have them there. So again, we did the best that we can. And if we need to get some more frozen stuff from Coral Bay and Exmouth, we can. It's just going to be a bit more expensive. And I don't want to do a big, huge shop like this here in a little town like that. So back to what we did get from Carnarvon. Grabbed some more tinned peaches. Again, this is really good to have on hand, and we will alternate the tinned fruit. Oh, that does not want to sit there. Sit with our berries in the morning for breakfast. So this is great, and again, it keeps really well. It's another serve of fruit, and it can stay in the cupboard for a couple of weeks, and then when all the fresh stuff's gone and the frozen stuff's gone, look, we got this. Excellent. I did grab 2 of the Mexican style 3-bean mix from Woolies. I really quite like that one. We still have heaps of other legumes on hand from our earlier shop in the pantry. I did grab some more corn kernels because, again, this is a vegetable that I can keep on hand in the pantry, and once all the frozen stuff's gone, I've still got this as a backup. 2 of the big diced tomatoes. I didn't have any of the small ones on the shelf today, so I've just got 2 of the big ones. Probably neither here nor there on that, really. Down the bottom here, I've got 2 of the creamed corn. I typically use that more so if I'll bake with it, and I'll actually add it to muffins, or I could do drop scones, or like corn muffins, biscuits, whatever you want to call them. And it's just another way to get vegetables in, which is really good. When it's cooler, I do use it in soups and stews, but it's too hot to even think about that sort of stuff at the moment, so that's pretty much going to go in baking. I just grabbed some tinned stuff to have on hand to throw through some extra. So if we do a stir fry, we've got some more baby corn and some just little mushrooms for cooking as well. And again, it's tinned stuff, so once all the other fresh stuff's gone, we've still got a bit of a variety. All right, I've struggled to get this. The last couple of shops I've gone to has not had the big cinnamon, so we did get 3. So I don't know what's going on, if there's a bit of a shortage with that, but we should be right for a good couple of weeks with that one, probably a couple of months. But if the next supermarket that we go to, the next Woolies, doesn't have it, then it's okay, we're covered. We'll be right for a couple of weeks. I did grab a coconut cream, again, just to have in the in the pantry. Topping up on some aioli, which we were out of, some more maple syrup. Sean's nearly out of coffee, so he's picked the caramel one. There you go. And a big thing of tomato paste. So typically what I do with this is the best way to buy it, most economical, but doesn't last long in the fridge. So once I've opened it, I will freeze it as dollops and then put them in the freezer, and then I've just got tablespoons of tomato paste when I need them. And yeah, there you go. All right, milk. So in the back here, we've got 12 of the soy milk that we like. That, with the stuff that we've got on hand already, should get us through the month, but the problem was there was none of the oat milk that Shannon likes for his coffee. He has had this one before, and it's not too bad, but it is quite a bit more expensive. So this one was $3.50 on special. It's normally like $5, but yeah, like I said, there was lots of things that were out of stock, so we just had to do what we could do. Oh, and I don't know, Charlotte got these as a bit of a treat. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyways, there we go. All right, that is that side. Over here we have hot dog rolls, eggs, and bacon. And you guys are going to go, what? I thought you guys were vegan. No, we're not. And occasionally, some people want to have some egg and bacon rolls. That would be Shannon. And because we're not vegan, this is what we do. So we've got some eggs. He's picked up some bacon from the deli. And yeah, there we go. That is the end of that story. Isn't much of a story. We've also grabbed some feta as well. Might do some smashed avocado with the feta through it on some sourdough bread, which sounds absolutely delicious. So there we go. The sourdough was on special $6.50, and to everyone who's going to tell me I should learn how to make my own sourdough because it's a lot cheaper, look, honestly, the amount of times that we buy this is very rare. I have had several people try to start sourdough. I haven't done it myself. And it's very hard in a hot caravan to regulate the temperature. So sourdough is just a bit tricky. If I have somebody who's got a starter that's started, I may pinch a bit off them and try it one day. But for the time being, I'm happy to buy a loaf of sourdough when I want it, and I'm just going to make yeast-based bread for the rest of the time because that's kind of what's working. All right, back over here. We've also got some bagels. So we'll probably chuck these in the freezer, and one day we will have a special breakfast that's not oats, and we'll do bagels for breakfast, as well as our bacon and eggs and our avocado on sourdough, which sounds really good. All right, other stuff, toilet paper, because you do not want to run out of toilet paper in the middle of nowhere. We've got some paper towel, tissues, personal items. Unfortunately, Shannon's oat container died the other day, so we had to buy another one. And unfortunately, of course, it has to die when these aren't on special. I like to pick up these sorts of things, doesn't matter what brand, but when they're half price. They were not half price today, but anyways, you need a container to put your oats in, so that's that. And we did grab 2 lots of the Banana Boat After Sun aloe spray, because again, this has been hard to get. The last couple of shops I've been into hasn't had the spray. Not that we use it a lot, but we've now got 2 on hand, so that should last us probably like a year. But there we go. I think that is absolutely everything. And yes, I've put the cold stuff away. Well, there you go. That is our massive big grocery haul from Carnarvon, and that should see us through the next 4 weeks. Like I said, there will be a top up from the IGA, probably in Exmouth is what we're aiming for at this stage, for some more fresh stuff. It's just really hard to keep enough fresh stuff on board for 4 weeks. We have a large fridge, but in the big scheme of things, it's not that big. And moving around in the caravan, one of the things that we do find is that fresh produce just doesn't last as long. It gets bounced around, it gets bumped a little bit, but also it's quite hot here in the caravan. So every time you're opening and closing the fridge, that fridge is working pretty hard. So we just prefer to pick up a small amount of fresh stuff, bit of frozen stuff, a little bit of canned stuff, and we just work through all of that when we're doing these big long stints in the more remote areas. That's just what works for us. Everybody's a little bit different, but this is what we've got on board for the next couple of weeks. Our next big Coles and Woolies shop is going to be over near Tom Price, or at Tom Price and Newman. So it'll be really interesting for us to see what the prices are like over in there. They are 2 mining towns. We haven't been there before, so we don't know what to expect, but I will be sure to bring that grocery haul through to you guys as well, so you can see what it's like out there. But for now, we are heading up the Coral Coast, the Nigaloo Coast, into Exmouth. We've got a couple of weeks planned of snorkeling, being by the beach, and just enjoying all of the things that that magical area has to offer. If you'd like to see what we get up to, particularly in the kitchen, then now would be a really good time to go and hit that little subscribe button. Don't forget to tick that notification bell. It is the best way to be notified of my new videos when they come out. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, if you could please give it a thumbs up, I really do appreciate that. It lets me know the kind of content you guys are enjoying and what you'd like to see more of. I do hope that you guys are having an absolutely fantastic week wherever you are, and I do hope to catch up with you in my next video. Until then, take care, my friends. Bye.